Hey guys, Brad here with Zandium. We got our pNode launch going to be coming up here shortly, and I'm going to do a quick run through here on setting up the software on a new machine. I've got another video out on going through getting password authentication turned off and to verify that it's turned off. You can see that. So I'm going to skip through. I've got the guide up here. Some of the hardware requirements. This is what we're going to start with for CPU cores, 4 gigs of RAM. And we don't know how fast that's going to scale up, but it will scale up, and machines will come obsolete, and we'll have to get some better equipment here. But for now, we're going to go with this. Ubuntu 22 or 24 long-term support would be recommended, but whatever works right now will probably be good. We're going to be using a Windows machine here to connect in. Network requirements, we're going to use ports 3000 and 4000. If you're working from home, you're going to have to forward those ports through your router. Otherwise, just run it on a remote machine and shut off the firewall completely, most likely for now. Static IP is going to be recommended. Make sure you read through all this. Get your password authentication turned off. Here you got to create your SSH keys. That's all stuff that most of you probably know how to do. If you don't, spend some extra time on it here. I'm going to jump all the way down essentially to installing the actual software. So I'm just going to open up a command prompt on my Windows machine. And I've got a command already put together here for it. What this is, we're going to run SSH and we're going to use an identity file. I've got my private key already located on my machine, so I've just got the path to that key pair that I want to use. That public key is already installed on my server. This is the private key that has to connect to that. And using this L, we're going to forward port 4000 requests on the local host to 4000. Well, 4000 here will go out to localhost 4000 through this SSH tunnel, as well as 3000 for the GUI. This is the daemon in the background. This is the GUI. And then we're going to use the root user for this for now and my IP address. So I'm just going to paste that into there. And when I use my private key, it requires a password. It's going to ask to save the fingerprint, and now I have to put in my password to be able to use my private key, and then it works. So there, I'm on my machine. Nothing's in there. I've got what do I have? 577 gigs extra left over right now on this machine. This is a 4 CPU machine. Anyhow, we'll see how it goes here. So the command I ran, I'm already forwarding port 4000 and 3000. So I'll be able to go straight through this without ever having to actually, in theory, open up a new tunnel. So I guess unless I've got to update something, we'll see what all happens here. We're going to run apt update, and we're going to install git curl and systemd. Those should already be on here. Depending on how outdated your machine is, you just got to let it sit here a little bit. All right. So it's not telling me that I need to update my kernel. So I already did that in the last video. So so I don't need to reboot to load the new kernel, so I get to go straight into it. I've already SSH'd into this machine. I gotta download this script quick. So using wget, we're gonna create the file install.sh from this file that we're downloading. So we can see it's here. We need to make it executable. So now we can see that that install.sh turned green, and then we're gonna run it. So here's our script. We got three options presented to us: install the setup, stop, restart, and disable, which brings up a submenu, or just to exit. So we're just gonna run number one and see if it works all the way through it. This will take a little while. I'll probably break it out. There's some stuff that's in here that'll show deprecated or other stuff, but we'll work on getting some of those error messages out of there. They don't pertain to what we're actually using. So it did a bunch of prerequisites there that need to be installed. It's doing quite a bit in the background. It's grabbing the new service files now. The XanMiner D service and the XanMiner service. Those are the two system services that are going to be running. XanMiner is the GUI. XanMiner D is the interface that reads all the parameters and everything off of the pNode itself. Here in the middle as it's running, you can see that the XanMiner web service is running on port 3000. All right, it finished successfully here and showed us XanMiner D is running on port 4000, and to access XanMiner, we can use localhost 3000. Since I opened that tunnel initially with the port forwarding, I can just use this directly. So let's double check that it's working. Go to our web browser. So this is going from the web browser. It's going to tunnel through our SSH tunnel that we're already running, and it will go into the pNode that we're running. This one's on Contabo. So here it is. It's showing up that I've got 592 of 599 gigs available. These functions are not working now. This entire release is getting pNodes on, registered, and connected to the network. The next release will introduce more. So here we can see it already connected my wallet that I had connected here. I was going to use Soulflare, but I guess it's the same wallet there. That's a test wallet. So now when we generate a key pair here, it's going to actually generate that on our machine. If we look here, let's go into XanMiner. We should see a keys file. Let's generate the key pair. Maybe it's in XanMiner D. There's the key pairs. So we can see that my pNode key pair is there. I don't have Solana on here to read that, but it's reading my pub key automatically here. In theory, that's the same. If I was to remove that, if I remove the key pair and now I refresh this, it's going to detect that I no longer have a key pair. And since there's no longer a key pair here, I can generate that key pair again. Of course, you don't want to do that after you've already registered it, or you lose whatever it costs you to register. So now if I run that again, you can see that there's now another key pair there. So now if I register this, let's see what works and what doesn't. Since the store isn't open yet, see if this wallet has a test instance on it or not. It did actually register, even though I got an error code there. So now I'm registered. I should be present on the network. There will be a site you can go to that you'll be able to see your manager wallet along with the identity pub keys of the pNodes that you're managing. So you can do up to 3 with one manager wallet. And yeah, the pNode store opens for VIP holders 41 hours from now. And if you're using Contabo, you can get your IP address here. You can install your SSH keys under secret management so that you can have it already pre-installed for you. And if you did screw something up and have to start over completely, there's a pretty easy option to reinstall your system. There you have it. That's all I got for you today. Hopefully it works just as easy for everyone else. And in our next release, we'll be implementing more of these features where we actually need to use our drives and be able to create and kill file systems on those. Good luck. Let me know if you need anything, and hope somebody benefits from this.